Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight for the Wealth Wednesday show. We are so excited to have you once again joining us to discuss on matters of money and business. We sincerely apologize for the late start as we were experiencing some little technical problems, but it has been sorted out. So um, we we are about to start, and today we are so excited to be having a guest. His name is Marcus, to discuss with us on how to invest in gold and how to invest in gold, silver, and other precious metals. As you can see, our topic below this channel is get gold, stack silver, and buy Bitcoin. So, this is something we are going to delve in deeper and find out how you can invest in gold and how you can get to, know more about other precious metals. So, without wasting much of our time, I'll take this opportunity to allow Marcus to introduce himself so that we can get started.
Yeah, hey Sheila.
Marcus,
Hey,
welcome.
hey Sheila. Hey Sheila. First of all, thank you for having me. Glad to be here. And uh, yeah, just a little bit about myself. My name is Marcus, and I'm currently here in Dubai, UAE. And just a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Dubai, and then right after high school, I moved to the United States, started to pursue my track career in middle distance and long distance, as well as pursue my higher education. And after like a decade, I came back. How did I get into precious metals, especially gold and silver, in particular, and as well as also got into cryptocurrencies or blockchain as well. So it's all started back in the states. Uh, learning about economics, learning about finance, and just learning about the history of money. How it all started was this question I was posed by some friends as well as my professor about you work 40 hours like in the United States. I'll give an example, but I'm sure over here we work more hours. So I'm just like, for example, we work 40 hours a week, and we end up
Mhm.
doing the same thing for the next 40 years, and hopefully we can save 40% of our total income, but we have no idea about how our money is created. So I kind of went in this rabbit hole to find out like the history of money, and how gold and silver played a role uh, in human transactions. How we had salt, we had sticks, we had all kinds of how do you say payment systems, or how we transact value from one person to another. So, but of course, what do you say? So of course, I got into learning about gold and silver, and then later on started learning about like with the advent of what do you say, like fintech and cryptocurrencies, especially particularly Bitcoin, as is very popular. But that's why I asked Sheila to put the title as get gold, stack silver, and buy Bitcoin. It's just an interesting way to get people's attention about I'm talking about gold and silver, which is one of the oldest forms of money. And then, I'm also into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, which is, the newest form of money. So how do these two things, connect together and, help us as individuals as well as um, for humanity, how we can, economically rise, gain more economic freedom for everyone, and also, you know, be able to attain and increase our wealth. So, hey, oh wait, I can see you now. Yeah, now it just appeared in the screen. So, anyways, um,
Okay.
all right. So now I can see you. It's also great to see you. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, how just about myself. I started a podcast called Finfluential. It's just basically a financial education podcast. I started beginning of this year on the premise to basically talk about, you know, whether it's economics, talk about money, so our current political situation related to economics and how that affects us in our daily life. So I know, like in the news, you hear a lot of, already. I'm sure, like in the U.S. or anywhere, you're seeing a lot of economic instability. You're seeing a lot of, money printing going on, especially in the United States. So just FYI, 22% of the U.S. dollar supply has been created in 2020. So you can imagine that's a lot of creation. So that's why I've been talking about to some of my friends, my colleagues, or whoever was willing to listen about gold and silver. Usually, talking about gold and silver investing, physical precious metals, is not for the young people or millennials or even Gen Zs. It's more of the older crowd. But as slowly you start to understand how our world is working, you understand how money is created. That's where I got into it. I'm like, whoa, hold up, wait, all this money creation is going on. And also my experience in the States during, I graduated from my bachelor's in around late 2009. So this was just like, less than a year after the global financial meltdown. So, I have met people really older than me, who had, these retirement accounts like 401ks. In Australia, it's called superannuation. So each country has their own retirement plans kind of deal. And I have unfortunately met some people whose 401k became 1k. Okay. And they had to start their life. They had to start their life all over. And unfortunately, a lot of their money, or their savings, was in the paper markets, like the stock markets, your bonds or your mutual funds. And unfortunately, when there was a big crash, people lost everything. So
Yeah.
that was, yeah. So that's what. So anyways, yeah. So that's what got me in this journey about getting into physical gold and silver, because a good friend of mine who was a United States Marine, and he also has his own YouTube channel, but now he's kind of like taken a sort of like a sabbatical, I would say. He has a saying. It's called, "If you don't hold it, you don't own it." So just because you go to your ATM or you go to your, and like in Dubai, we have a digital bank called Live app. So you look at you click on it and you see the numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows 10,000 dirhams, for example. But when you go, if there's a bank run and you're trying to get that money, you got nothing. So, or if you go to Venezuela, your currency will be like, what do you say? It just loses value. So,
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my little story about physical gold and silver. So yeah.
All right, all right. You really explained to us quite profoundly, and I am so much amazed by that introduction you provided. I can see some people are joining. Freed Spirit Collective, you're saying learning, excited for this. We are also
All
excited to
right.
be following this discussion. And
All right. Yeah.
we encourage you to keep on inviting your friends, share this link out, and prepare your questions. Remember, today we are going to talk about how to invest in gold, silver, and other precious metals. As our title says, get gold, stack silver, buy Bitcoin. And our very honored guest is Mr. Marcus. He is going to talk to us or share with us his wisdom when it comes to matters of gold and all these digital currencies and how you can invest in them. So, just to mention, Marcus is the founder of Finfluential. I hope I said it right. And
You got it right. Yes, you did.
he is an amazing podcaster. Towards the end of the show, he will be sharing with us more about Finfluential, so that once you have time, you can dive in his website and get to listen to his podcast. Personally, I've listened to them, and I must say they are just on top. So we'll go right away to the questions of the night, Marcus. The first
Sure, let's do
question
that.
is, maybe you could share with us what are the types of precious metals, because people only know about gold. So maybe you
Yeah,
could
sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shed some light on that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll just keep it simple. Just for everyone. I know being in the financial services space. We have this tendency to use kind of like fancy terms and stuff. I'm sure you might have come across. So I don't blame you. Like so sometimes we can try to be all how do you say I know what's the right word. Um, like we try to be all big and stuff and use like Oxford kind of words, but let me keep it simple. When it
Yeah.
comes to precious metals, there are only two kinds. You got the investment
Mm-hmm.
precious metals and you got the non-investment. Now
Mm-hmm.
investment precious metals would be your gold, your silver, platinum, and palladium. Usually in the industry, those are the four, what do you say, investment precious metals. Now you got the non-investment precious metals, which is
Mm-hmm.
like rhodium, osmium.
Mm-hmm.
There's also ruthenium, and there's also californium. Now now those metals I just mentioned. You'll usually find it like in the automotive or aeronautical or maybe
Mm.
in high tech spaces. So basically, for example,
Yeah.
like electric vehicles, they use like silver, they use cobalt, they use
Mm-hmm.
rhodium, special uh, precious metals, which is actually vital for keeping a solar panel efficient. Even your batteries, for example, too, your car batteries, or even also your electric car batteries, they use a lot of these precious metals. So they are really valuable, and in the future, you're going to see more usage for these
Yeah.
precious metals. So, as far as in the investment side of things, you will see
Mm.
gold, silver, then platinum, then palladium. But gold and silver is the most common investment precious metals, just because it has over a less than a 5,000 years of history. So if you look at civilizations, they saw gold and silver as an asset, as what do you say, as a form, almost a perfect form of money to
Mm-hmm.
transfer wealth. So I mean, whether you're like for example, if you're in India, Indian people love their gold and also silver too. All right. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you go to
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So I
Yeah.
mean, you go to West Africa. I mean, uh, is it Mansa Mansu? I think he's one of uh, the one of the old African kings. I mean, he had incredible amounts of gold that he almost
Mhm.
dropped the price of gold like in other places during the ancient times. So
Yeah.
and especially these two places have a great history of gold. Even if we go look at Egypt or many parts of Africa
Mm.
too, I mean, gold has how do you say, a religious element to it. It has a status symbol as well. But when it comes to silver, silver also plays a very important role in like in ancient China and India, and even also in Europe as well. There's a saying:
Mm.
gold is for kings, silver is for gentlemen, and debt (DBT) is for slaves. So I hope you know where I'm coming with that. So that's, but anyways. So anyways, that just to keep it short, yes, those are the two kinds of precious metals. Just to let you know.
Wow, wow, that is um that is so vast. Like the knowledge you've just shared is very, very very wide, and I'm so I must say thank you for that, because a lot of people don't really know much about silver. I've also
Mhm.
seen there's a restaurant, I don't know if it's Bujal Arab, whereby they sell coffee in a cup of gold for like 1,000
Mm.
dirham,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and
Sure,
it's
sure.
just a cup, a small cup, and you need to return it. After you finish, you don't go with the gold cup, but they don't put the same value when they give you a silver cup, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that basically tells you that people have put more value on gold as compared to other metals, but that
Oh,
doesn't mean we shouldn't consider investing in them, right?
oh yeah, true, true. I agree. Yeah, yeah. Again, you're dealing with people's, their perception. about
Mm.
certain metals.
Yeah.
I mean, see, personally for me, just full disclosure, if you're giving me a choice between gold and silver,
Mm.
I'm pretty much all in for silver. You know, I mean, just because it has more industrial use, it has more.
Yeah.
Like after oil, the second most
Mm.
used commodity is silver. I mean, even also for your health,
Exactly.
your clothes, your sports clothes, you have silver in it, and that helps fight its antibacterial properties. So even doctors and all, like I know some athletes, they use colloidal silver, which is basically water with
Oh.
silver in it. So that helps with body regulation, and it just has.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know if the science has can back it up yet, but silver is pretty useful. Like I tell you what, our cell phones, the laptops we're using,
Yeah.
the more people are using it, the
Silver.
more silver is there. And silver has amazing thermal property, electrical properties. So it's more useful. The only thing gold, I guess it's because of like tradition. It has some use like in defense and stuff, but it's more of jewelry and all. So I'm sure if you're in Dubai, so I'm sure you pass by the gold souk or something like that, or
Yeah.
if you go to other
Mm.
countries, uh, gold is a way of status symbol because it's
Mm.
very what's the right word, like it shines, it lights out, it's luminous. So yeah, but I mean, anyone who's listening, any of your friends, your fam, whoever's listening in, they should, I think, take the time to look into precious metals. Just for their understanding. So don't discount it. So
Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very true. So we'll go to our next topic, question of discussion. Is it smart to invest in precious metals? Because, a lot of people want to feel whatever they're investing in, they want to feel smart. They don't want
okay,
to
sure,
feel
sure, okay,
foolish.
yeah, yeah,
So,
sure.
what do you think? Is it a smart move to invest in these precious metals, including gold, or it's, something we need to think about?
I get you. Okay, yeah, sure, sure, sure. I mean, like many years ago when I started buying more silver, and I also have some friends who buy. I mean, who are usually it's a small minority, but usually the average folks are not aware of investing in gold or silver, or what they do is they
Mm,
invest in ETFs or paper, like paper gold.
yeah.
But the problem is
Mm,
that it's still paper. You're still in stock. You're not holding it. So
yeah.
again, too, I would also say there's a lack of education as well. So I'm doing my
Mm,
best to promote it, but again, same time too, you're dealing with society, and sometimes too, a lot of people do question my thinking, like why gold and why silver, like why do you buy this stuff, like man, uh, I mean, we got paper, we got bank accounts, like why do you want to carry
yeah.
all this stuff,
Mm,
um, so yeah, I mean, there will be some sort of resistance, uh, but I think when you talk to those who are financially affluent and those who are also in the financial space, they do have a lot of respect for gold and silver. I mean, just because it's one way, it's a safe asset in terms of hedging yourself against inflation. So, like we just talked about
mm,
earlier, I'm sure people, like whether it's in Japan or in the United States or China. See, the thing is,
yeah.
all the governments are printing money out of thin air. I know, not when I say printing money out of thin air, I know a lot of people do not get it, but I think once you understand the inside mechanics of central banking or
Yeah.
fractional reserve banking, I think that is when people will start getting crazy. They'll be like, wait, like it's going to like really shock them. But I would say personally for me, why I think it's a smart option is that uh, it's always good to diversify, just because it's good to have some physical gold and silver, and
Yeah.
it's just a way to protect yourself. And especially if you're the more you get older, usually older folks, see, they're not like us. See, right now we are young. We're trying to increase our earning potential. We're trying to earn as much as possible. We're trying to start businesses. We're trying to have multiple income. So for us, that
Yeah.
is our goal. But once we get older, our financial goals start to change. Our vision for our life change. And when you're getting older, I
Yeah.
know some of my professors and also some of my elders too. Their main
Mm-hmm.
concern is to save their money, is to protect their money from inflation. They're trying to,
Yeah.
play the long-term game. So again, everybody has their, their financial concerns. They have a particular goal. Like my goal is different than yours, or yours is different
Mm-hmm.
than somebody else's. So, but as
Yeah.
far as the answer is it smart? Yes. But the thing is that we are the minority. So you are going to get some resistance, and of course a lot of people are ignorant about this stuff. So sometimes they'll make fun of you. I mean, be ready for that. So just because they just don't know it. But if you look at, if you take the time to look at like the history of our money, um, you'll be amazed. One great resource I would love for you to check out is
Mm-hmm.
this gentleman by the name of Mike Maloney. He has a company
Mm-hmm.
called goldsilver.com, and he has a YouTube channel, great channel, and he has maybe like 5 or 7 years ago, he has a series called The Hidden Secrets of Money. It goes from
I
like the
think,
start. I think you might have. I'm pretty sure. So if you,
yeah, I've come across him.
yeah, yeah. I mean, see, I mean, his stuff is really good. I mean, the way he covers the historical side of things, the
Mm.
economics also behind it. He's more like an Austrian free market economics economist kind of
Yeah.
person. And of course, he also is into gold and silver. So when you look at that information, and you also learn about central banking and how banks work and how money is created, trust. I think deep within in yourself, you made the right decision. Now the question is like the percentages and all that stuff. That is up to the individual. So we all
Yeah.
have different portfolio numbers and stuff. So I'll leave it at that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That is very correct. We do have different financial goals, and it would be better for someone to first of all analyze their goals and see if they are in alignment before they can make the
Mhm.
decision to invest in precious metals and gold and all that. Because with the age difference, our goals can really be different, especially when it comes to matters of investing and money management. So now we'll go to the next one. This one I know a lot of people have been asking. How can I invest in gold and all these precious metals you guys are talking about? Because
Okay. Mhm.
a lot of people have been scammed by this question. How can I invest in gold? So someone from somewhere out of the blues just comes up with some funny things and tells them, give me money, I will invest in gold for you. So I believe this is a question
Oh,
I would want you to really give us detailed knowledge, because
well,
this is
okay.
where a lot of people have lost money, and others are almost losing money because they know gold is good, they know precious metals are good,
Sure,
and
sure.
just
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
have already echoed, they are worthy to invest in, especially if you are at a state where you want to be more financially affluent and do all that. So
Hmm.
now that they know what it is, how to do it
Yeah.
is where the problem is. Maybe you could, tell us more about it.
Oh, that's okay. That's an interesting question. When you said about how people got scammed, and that's interesting. Uh, okay, someone came to them and gave them a proposition, I'll invest in gold or something like that. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I haven't really come across that kind of issue before. I guess maybe I'm coming from from the like an American point of view, because
Mhm.
in the states now, usually it's actually quite simple. Even also here too. But then again, I can understand. I also have to keep in mind that not everyone has the same knowledge that we have, and how
Yeah.
to, especially when it comes to discernment, how to discern whether, especially in business, you come across people who are good and you come across people who are really good at fooling people. So,
Yeah.
and I also have to remind myself in Dubai, it's the center of the world. You're going to meet all kinds of people. So I know I think you have to be extra vigilant. Now, as far as investing in physical gold
Mm,
and silver, uh,
mm,
now I can give you. Let me start with in the United States, and then
yeah.
let me see also in Dubai as well. So because in the
Mm-hmm.
United States I have more experience, so
Mm,
that is more easier for me to explain. Now, in the United States, there are two places you can get gold and silver physical. Either
mm,
you can get it from a local coin shop, like
mm-hmm.
in your town or in your city.
Yeah.
Um, so they'll have all kinds of variety of coins, like the bullion, which is basically like government minted coins or collector coins, which has some
Yeah.
designs and stuff. It's kind of like a
Mm,
glorified jewelry shop, but it's all about coins and medals and medallions. Then you got
mm,
online dealers. So now the online dealers are much more popular now, and because they have better service and what do you say? Also, they have catalogs and all that stuff. Now the only question is,
mm,
um, now there are many online dealers now because of course we are in the e-commerce space.
yeah.
We're buying
Mm,
lots of on the internet. So I mean, I bought my silver just ordering online and stuff.
yeah.
But the main question is to
Mm-hmm.
identify the right companies who have certifications. For example, the Better Business Bureau, the BBB logo. Like if you
Mm,
go to Amazon.com or Noon.com here in the UAE, they have like a VeriSign logo
mm-hmm.
or Mastercard, or showing that it's a safe website
Yeah.
where you can do credit card transactions. So same thing too
Mm,
with any website. You want to make sure that they have those secure, those secure payment gateways in place.
yeah.
So when
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
comes to gold and silver too, how I found out was just researching people. Like for example, Mike Maloney from GoldSilver.com. I was researching
Yeah.
him, and also got in touch with other people who are in who are also buying gold and silver. So that is how I was able to find certain companies. I can throw some names in the U.S. For example, like
Mm,
JM Bullion. They are just a online dealer in gold, silver,
mm,
and they also do storage as well. Over here, I do know some people who do buy uh, gold over here in Dubai, but as far as
mm,
silver is concerned, there's not much going on. Usually people
mm,
buy gold. Now, if you're talking about like what do you say, like bullion gold, like specifically uh, like government minted coins or bars. There are some
yeah.
companies in Singapore, for example,
Mm,
silverbullion.com.sg.
yeah.
It's a Singapore based company, and they have
Mm,
yeah, it is highly reputed, and they do have a great selection of different gold and silver products, as well as EV metal products like electric vehicles, like cobalt and certain precious metals they have. Like it's like a specialty kind of case, and they can do storage, and they can also offer like loans on your gold holdings. So if you want
mm,
cash or loan, you can do that as a collateral. So they do have other offers, and Singapore is one of the top places where you can buy gold and store gold, because some people, um what do you say? They don't want to store all the gold and silver by themselves because it is inconvenient and it's a security issue. So they want
yeah.
to find someone who they can trust, because
Mm,
if you have like a substantial amount of money in gold and silver, you would
mm,
want it in a vault where basically it's insured. There are guys with guns who are going to protect your your gold and silver. So, and plus
yeah.
also that same company can also liquidate the gold and silver for you. So
Mm,
those services are there. So I can name some, but again, a lot of it you have to do your due diligence. I mean, there are
research.
some good
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, uh, Again, what do you say? there are some companies out there who do have who are reputable, and they do have a long history. So, those names which I talked about, SD Bullion, which is Silver Dr. Bullion, which I got some of my silver from. JM Bullion is another company. There's
Yeah.
like in the US, there's some gold silver brokerage company who are also well known nationally. So they got some famous people as well. I just cannot think of on top of my head. So I think the answer is just to research it, and you can also go on YouTube and all, and like I can search for the term, and you'll see some companies and some people who do provide a certain value about how to invest in gold and silver, some good information. So that way you can find there are some people in the financial space who are credible, and they do. If you trust them, if you resonate with their message, then you can support them and their sponsors. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how you can find companies which are legit. So I hope that answers. That's the best I can
Yeah,
help
that one
out.
you really, yeah, you really answered it very well. It's important for one to first of all find out how they want to invest. Do they want to invest in physical gold and precious metals, or they want to do it electronically? Once you are able to know what you want, then you can
Yeah.
go to the next stage, which is to find out the companies, reputable companies that are able to to do the transaction for you. But I'm just thinking, which one would you recommend someone to do? Should you go for the electronic purchase of gold and
Mhm.
precious metals, or you recommend we go and buy gold and silver and come put it in our houses and say we are rich now? Which one would
Yeah.
you recommend
Oh,
from your
I get.
experience?
Yeah. Again, I guess it depends on your financial situation and also
Mm,
your portfolio management as well. So,
yeah.
I guess if you're starting small, like I just tell people to, start with silver because it's affordable and it's easier to
Mm,
attain compared to gold,
mm,
of course. But of course, with gold, you got like, different sizes, like penny size, to, like
yeah.
quarter of an ounce, 1 ounce, and then it can almost go to like
Mm,
heavy 1 kg bars and all that. So, you can do that, but if you have really a substantial amount of wealth, um,
mm,
okay, I'll just throw like an arbitrary number. Say like $1 million. I wouldn't recommend you to like buy gold and silver, like $1 million worth of silver and gold, and store it in your house. Because uh, first of all, like your neighbors are going to be like, I'm seeing all the brink trucks coming in, and guys are, like just carrying all this stuff into your house. Like, wait, what's going on? Like, so you're going to attract a lot of attention, which you don't want to have. So it is.
yeah.
You just got to be careful. You don't want to be one of those flashy, rappers, or the hip hop artists. We've got a lot of bling bling on them, and then later on they get robbed and stuff. So if you have that much kind of money, it is better to do it through a reputable, like a gold and silver brokerage. Like for example, that's company from Singapore,
Mm,
silverbullion.com.sg. So
mhm.
you can, what do you say, do a bank transfer or whatever to them, and buy certain products of gold and silver, like different sizes depending on your choice,
Mm,
and they can store it for you for a small fee, and usually it's cheaper.
mhm,
It's just because in terms of the value you're going to get from there, it is
mm,
protected, it is insured,
mm.
and also Singapore is one of the best financial cities in the world. Even
Yeah.
Singapore, Hong Kong, in the
Mm,
United States, you got Salt Lake City in Utah. Toronto is also another place in
yeah.
Canada. They're one of really good places where certain really good companies, they do have storage vaults in these places. So you have, as a customer, if you're their customer, you're given that option to buy gold and you can store it over there. So So that way, in terms of cost value and the comfort, and you know it's in the safe place and it's protected and it's insured.
Yeah.
So that's something to look at, and you can see some of the website they show like, okay, these are the value we have. This is what we offer.
Mm,
You can
mm,
compare, see. So because I do have some friends over here who
mm,
have um, um, they do buy gold quite a lot
mm-hmm.
as a way to preserve their wealth.
Yeah.
So they have a certain a criteria, like a percentage. Okay, this percentage for stocks, this percentage for
Yeah.
my real estate, okay, this
Yeah.
small percentage I'll do it in cryptos. I don't want
Mm,
to be too exposed to the volatility, and go look at how
yeah.
some, just to maintain my net worth. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so that way it would. I believe, I personally believe that makes sense. So unless you really
Yeah.
love gold so much, hey, just stack it up and just Instagram it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I also think, personally, I would go for the electronic one because the flexibility of buying and selling. Because, sometimes you just want to sell, it's an investment. So
Sure, sure.
sometimes you just want to sell it to make some money. So if you
Yeah.
have physical gold, because I've seen a lot of people, especially when it comes to jewelry, you find someone bought a very expensive gold jewelry, and then they are
Yeah,
maybe in a fix, they want some money. It will take time before you can sell that physical gold. Yes, it's pure gold. It's good.
sure, sure.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
good condition, but flexibility is kind of limited
yeah.
when it comes to physical gold. As well as you mentioned something about insurance. When you buy electronically, apart from flexibility part of it, it is insured in case something, in case the
Mhm.
bank gets fire and it's burned down,
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
you
something
are
like, yeah.
guaranteed like you'll get something. But in case your house is burnt down, I believe even if you have house insurance, such kind of special
Yeah.
metals, they are not really taken into account. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
to our audience, we don't know what your thoughts are. Maybe you could share with us in the comment section. Which one do you think you'd go for, following the knowledge that Marcus has just shared with us? Would you prefer to invest or buy physical gold and other precious metals, or you prefer to go the electronic way, whereby you buy online and just buy and sell online the same way we do with stocks? You don't go to the stock market and say, now I'm buying shares for company A, B, and C. I need this
Yeah,
paperwork, or
yeah.
I need this piece and all that.
Sure,
You
sure.
do
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
electronically for flexibility purposes. So, meanwhile, to our audience, thank you so much for being with us. Keep on joining us. If you have any question regarding investing in gold and other precious metals like silver and many others, feel free to share in the comments. We shall be handling a question and answer session towards the end. So keep on sharing your thoughts, give us your feedback. If you have any comments, feel free to write us in the comment section. So Marcus, what is the difference between bullion bars, I'm not sure if that's the correct spelling, versus the bullion coins? Because I've seen a lot of people,
Oh,
they
okay.
really get confused about these two.
Oh, bullion is just, it means like well, it's based on weightage. Now, when you say actually the specific is actually coins and bars. So you got different sizes of coins, maximum 1 ounce coins, and you got bars. Now, bars tends to be much more bigger, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, they're definitely heavier to carry around and stuff. If you have like coins, like I just got some over here, for example. This would be an example of, say, let me just pull this out. Yeah, like you got this like coin. That'll be kind of like a coin. So
Yeah.
bars will be much more bigger. You got like smaller ones, but I guess it's just a preference, but usually when you say bars, they are much more heavier. So
Mm,
I don't think you want to carry it and stuff. Like at least with these coins, they're lighter to carry, and you
yeah.
could give it as a gift, or
Mm,
you can even also trade. You can also trade too. So with somebody, so that, but as far as bullion is concerned, it mostly comes from what do you say, from a government mint. Like for example, I have the American Eagle.
mm-hmm.
Just give it. Awesome. So yeah, I'm sure you can see it. Okay, it
Yeah.
shows the okay, hold on. It shows the United States, United
Ah,
States of America. It's like 1 troy ounce,
mm,
and there's the Saint Gaudin coin. So
yeah.
so this will be, yeah. So this will be considered as a coin.
Mm,
So but there are, but just to let you know, I mean, there are mainly like 4 types of products. Like for gold and silver, you got the coins, you got the
mm,
rounds, you got the bars,
yeah.
and then you also
Mm,
got bullets too. Now, as far as coins is concerned, like these
mm,
coins, like which you get from the government, like the U.S. Mint, the Perth Mint, the
mm,
U.K., the British, I
mm,
guess the U.K. Mint, or the Austrian Mint. They
yeah.
tend to have a higher premium.
Mm-hmm.
But while the rounds, they come from, what do you say, like a private mint. For example, I
Ah,
have the Sunshine Mint. This is not from,
mm-hmm.
it's not because the government mint, it is a legal tender, so it's considered as a currency, but it has a face
Mm-hmm.
value. It'll have a some coins will have like $1 or $2 or $10. But I mean but
Mm,
in terms of metal value, is much more. But to the
mm-hmm.
government, it's considered $1 or something like that. And you have a
Ah,
private mint. This is from the Sunshine Mint. And I don't know if you're able to see that. So it'll say
yeah,
Sunshine
yeah, yeah, I
Mint.
can see now. Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right.
this will be considered as a round or a medallion.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, and these ones tend to have a lower premium. So
mm-hmm.
uh, that when it comes to bars, now bars you get more value out of it because
They're
even
big.
most, yeah, they're big, so the premium is low. Now you
Mm,
now as far as when I said, oh, there's you got coins, rounds, bars, and you also got bullets too. Now they're
okay.
more, yeah, it's like a bullet. It's kind of like a shape of a bullet. It's just for those who are like a gun enthusiast, or historians, or who are collectors.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it still has a 1 ounce weight, different weightage. But still, it is, what do you say, like a 99.9%, pure, like minted silver. So there are 4 types. There are 4 types of them, and then mainly, but you can. But now you can also get
Mm-hmm.
investment grade jewelry. It's not super
Mm,
fancy, but it's just like a plain jewelry, but it is
mm,
investment quality. So uh, you can just wear it and travel to different countries, and no one's gonna stop you. But
notice.
you can, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's some of the rich and smart folks, they tend to do that. So I
Yeah.
came across with them. So it doesn't look too flashy. So okay, you can just pass through
Yeah.
customs or immigration. So um, but it is sort of limited. So but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we which from what you just said, I believe investing in bullion coins is way better as compared to bars, unless you are taking it in large quantities and for
Sure.
maybe
Yeah, sure.
industrial use. For example, if I
Sure,
want to
yeah.
buy gold to create jewelry or
Mhm.
silver to for industrial use, then I would rather go uh
Yeah, sure.
for the bar billion bars.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
however,
Mhm.
for just normal small investment and having some wealth within
Yeah.
you, I think coins would be better. So
Easily. Easily.
yeah, and also for storage purposes, you see, like the coins you have, you can carry them around and easily
Yeah,
move
yeah.
around with them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
And
yeah.
nobody will know. But for a bus, someone will just, if someone happens to come across where it is, they'll be like, mm-hmm. this is something. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's,
You get attention, so yeah, that's the last thing you need, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
So we are almost coming to the end of the show. Maybe you could tell us something about um this title that you said, "Get Gold,
Oh, okay.
Stack
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Silver,
Oh, yeah. And
Buy
buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin."
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yes.
it's just
What does
something.
it really? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's just an easy way to connect with my podcast, Finfluential. So um, because like in the Finfluential, I do like to talk about about money, talk about
Mm,
what do you say, also about economics and also how our world is changing financially, so
mm,
so definitely I do love talking about helping people uh, move their wealth into gold and silver, and
yeah.
also get into cryptocurrencies as well. And but not all cryptocurrencies. I mean, Bitcoin is
Mm,
the most popular one, but there
mm-hmm.
are other cryptocurrencies uh, that have better technology behind it, and I believe will really come up in the future. So, but
Mm.
also at the same time too, ever since the 2000, so I think the 2008 crisis.
2008,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, just to give an idea, just to inform you, and so your the people listening in, how Bitcoin came to existence. It came on
Mm.
January 9th, 2008, if I'm correct. So he released this
Uh,
white paper called what do you say, the Bitcoin white paper. So it basically just talks about
mm,
how Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer cash transaction for the world. So
mm-hmm.
it came at the time when the banking system, the financial system failed. I guess
Yeah.
the whole world, because a lot of
Yes.
people have put their trust in this legacy system. So to
Mm,
me, just to give you a background, like in the States, I've been, in terms of like my philosophy or my political
mm,
leanings, for example, I tend to be more free
mm,
market libertarian. You know, what do you say? I'm all about the individual because uh, a lot of people talk about white rights, black rights, all this stuff, but
oh,
what
yeah.
they forget
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
so what they don't realize is that the largest minority is the individual. Like you
Yeah.
as an individual, you're unique than anybody else, and
Mm,
um, so that is how I got in that sort of that that trend, and learning about the banking system. And
mm,
initially it was kind of hard to accept that because it defied everything what I learned in high school, what I
yeah.
learned in college. But
Yeah.
this was a time where I learned to unlearn a lot of things and be able to learn new things. So uh, that statement, get gold, stack silver, buy Bitcoin, is also it's a great to me. It's just like a fun marketing tool as a way to
Mm,
get a lot of get a conversation about the
mm,
talking about gold and silver and also cryptocurrencies, but also the bigger picture about
mm,
money and help people understand. Like you're working, like long hours. You're going to do this for the next kind of 40 years, but we have no idea
yeah.
how our money is created. So
Yeah.
actually, I just wanted people to be conscious about it. So with the Finfluential, the premise I always talk about is, to increase your financial confidence, like learn how to
Mm,
save money,
mm,
learn how to be wise with your money and how to
yeah.
handle debt, that kind of thing, and to raise your human
Yes.
capital, which is to learn new skills or
Mm,
high valuable skills that the marketplace
mm,
wants, So whether it is digital marketing or data analysis, or maybe you're like a nuclear scientist, build up power plants and stuff. I mean, people, countries, corporations, they want people who have great skills that can solve problems. So, um, so I wanted to like especially teach the young folks, hey, it's good. Of course, if you're going for something you're passionate about, go for it,
mm,
but also learn some other skills as well, so that
mm,
you can earn. not just a minimal living, but you got to live with a life of excellence, life of you got
Yeah.
to reach high.
Mm.
I don't want them to make the mistakes of just being average. And that's why I'm all about talking about raising human capital, and of course, to bring economic freedom to the world. Through gold,
Mm-hmm.
through silver, and also through blockchain, cryptocurrencies. So that way, like I said, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So basically, I want, instead of
Yeah.
putting the responsibility on a financial planner, or at least if you're going to do that, make sure it's the right one, and he or she is in line with your financial thinking, your goals. So, but most importantly, I want people to be independent and believe in themselves, and they are the hero or the
Mm.
heroine of their own story. So,
Exactly.
um,
And I just thought about something. How much do you think is the minimum if someone wants to invest in gold or silver? Do
okay.
we have a minimum amount or yeah?
Oh, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, especially for I think for the general rule of thumb is somewhere between
Mm-hmm.
like 5% to maximum 10%. If in your portfolio, I mean, especially for physical gold and silver. I know some people
Mm.
when they say gold and silver, they include physical silver. They include physical as well as ETFs and mining
Yeah.
stocks, but those fall under the paper assets like the stock markets. So
Mm.
that's all. You have companies, mining stocks, tech stocks, and you got
Mm.
mutual funds, ETFs. They all fall under the same category. So, but in terms of
Mm.
physical, um, I think it's up to I think for the average investor, 5 to 10%. I know some other people have a much more bigger portfolio, or like a bigger uh, percentage size. But again,
Mm.
if they know what they're doing, sometimes they play with the gold and silver ratio. They try to flip it,
Yeah.
because right now one gold ounce is equivalent to, I guess, less than 100 silver ounce.
Yeah.
So they try to play with the
Mm.
numbers and stuff to acquire more gold or more silver. So that way,
Mm.
some people do that, but I don't, because that is active investing, and I'm not like, when it comes to that, that doesn't interest me. I'm more of a passive person. So everyone has a different investment style. So
Yeah.
I just like to buy things low and then sell things high.
Then
So
yeah.
I want to keep it simple, and I'm sure anyone's listening in, uh,
Mm.
many of them would prefer that way. But I know some people, they have the joy of going on the trading charts and play with the numbers, see how they can
Yeah.
do it. So I know there's a game, there's a game behind it. So that I know some people get a thrill. So but yeah, but so I hope that
Yeah.
answers your question.
Exactly. It depends with the kind of investor you are. We do have passive investors and active investors. So
Hmm.
I believe that goes back to one finding out the kind of investor they are, and if they want to, always be there to check if the gold is going high, they sell and buy and all that. So
Hmm.
maybe we could wind up with you
Sure.
sharing with us more about a little about Finfluential and the contact details if anyone would want to, check on Finfluential or just consult with you on anything. I believe this is the best time to share. And to our
Sure.
audience, thank
Yeah.
you so much for being with us during this episode. I believe you have learned something. Personally, I've learned a lot about gold and silver and other precious metals, and it's going to help me make well-informed decisions, just not just for myself but also for my clients. So if you have any question regarding gold or investing in gold or anything to do with silver or any other precious metal, feel free to ask right now as we are about to end. Marcus, maybe you could
Yeah.
share with us a little bit more about Influential and your
For sure.
contact details where people can get you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but first of all, Sheila, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad we got to connect with Mr. Sammy Riffic from
Yeah,
Sammy Rabbit. Definitely love his content, and first of all, I'm glad you got a chance to interview him. I really enjoyed that. So I just want to put a shout out for that as well. And yeah, first of all, Finfluential is a financial education podcast, and
Mhm.
the message is all about increasing your financial confidence, raising your human capital, and hey,
Yeah.
bringing economic freedom to the whole world. So with the Finfluential, I love to talk about what do you say? Talk about economics, about money, also about the advent of cryptocurrencies and blockchain, how
Mm.
how we can use certain investment strategies, and also certain cryptocurrencies as well, which are privacy based cryptos
Mm.
that can protect the individual and also preserve your wealth, and you should be and also be able uh, to be mobile as well in terms of business,
Yeah.
like especially when I talk about increasing your financial confidence and raising your human capital. I also do talk about how we can mobilize our income. So
Mm.
my goal in my life is I'm trying to be independent, and work for myself, and whether be a freelancer or have my own business. So I'm sure many people out there too would like to know about those things, how you can work anywhere. Um,
Yeah.
and earn an income. So especially in this world, things have changed, and we are working from home. So we're seeing a
Yeah.
lot of benefits. People are thinking a lot, and also I also have people who come to me and talk to me about secondary citizenships, which is
Mm.
especially I know some of my American friends and many other people too, especially if you're in Dubai. I mean, you
Mm.
have people who have businesses in Dubai, but their residencies in some other countries, and their bank
Yeah.
accounts and their gold is somewhere else. So, you know, the world is changing. It is globally changing. So,
Mm.
especially those are listening in, you guys are the minority. So, uh,
Yeah.
I think this should inspire you to
Mm.
what do you say, excel more. And if you
Yeah.
want to find, I'm definitely also just want to let your people know that I'm planning to what do you say, set up a cryptocurrency buyer's guide. It's going to be an easy
Mm.
way for people to get into it and do it safely
Mm.
and reliably. And
Mm.
also, you can find the Finfluential on major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Pocket Cast. So you can definitely find it. But Spotify and Anchor.fm is my main podcasting platform where you can find me.
Mm.
You can find me at Influential, and also yeah, I'm also on Instagram as well. So it's at Marcos Chinhita and at
Mm.
Finfluential. So I know you must be seeing the name Marcus Monero. That's kind of like my podcast name. Um,
Ah, okay.
so just to let you know, so I know like some people watch it, they might be confused of what was that. Well, what's with Monero? Actually, Monero
Mm.
is a cryptocurrency. It's a privacy-based cryptocurrency that protects your privacy, and you can transact with
Mm.
anybody across the planet. So there's
Mm.
no third party. It's the same thing like with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, but it's more focused on protecting the individual, protecting your privacy. Because I believe in the
Mm.
future, uh, privacy is going to be really important. So
Mm.
with the world changing and stuff, so that way you can protect your wealth and be able to live a live a comfortable but also a fulfilling life too. So just like the financial wellness center, you know, you're trying to what do you say, help people, not just stay average. Hey, let's excel more. Like let's take
Yeah.
wellness to a whole nother level. So same thing with influential too. So, anyways, thank you for having me. I do appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you. We greatly thank you for giving us your time to share with us your knowledge about gold, silver, and other precious metal.
Yeah.
We believe our audience has learned a lot. As I said, I have also learned a lot from you today, and I know we are going to do more of uh, these sessions because there's too much information that we need to
Oh
get
yeah.
out here, as
Sure.
a lot of
Yeah, sure,
people
sure.
uh, don't really know how to navigate through investing, especially when it comes to these precious metals and bitcoins and
Sure,
all
sure.
that.
Oh,
And
absolutely,
you
yeah.
just yeah, you just mentioned something about Monero. When I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that name, I tried to check it out, and I was like, maybe we
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
another session where we can
Oh,
just
sure.
talk about things like Monero and the privacy side of
Mm-hmm.
our finances and all that. But for tonight, I am so humbled to have you. To our
Oh,
audience,
sure,
if you
yeah.
want to listen to Marcus, check out Finfluential. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
attaching the link later on in the comments section of this live session. I've listened to his podcast and they are so amazing and super educative. You need to go and check them out so that you can get to learn more about money with a different perspective. So until then, we hope to see you in our next episode next week. Keep
Mm-hmm.
on staying safe. Share this link out to your friends. Watch this video again and again before you commit your money in investing in any precious metal. And as well, leave us your thoughts in the comment section. We shall be getting back later on. Once again, thank you so much. Stay
Hey,
safe
thank you for
and
having
see
me.
you next time.
Sure, sure. You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye for now.